This August, the rhythm returns. The Toronto Pan-African Film Festival is back, and louder than ever. It's Rhythm, the heartbeat of Black music and storytelling. Experience the powerful fusion of film and music that honors the creativity and impact of Black musicians worldwide. August 14th to 17th, from the Black Carpet Gala in Little Jamaica to free screenings, panel vibes, and the grand finale brunch with media mogul Phillip Scott. Get your tickets now at tpaf.com. The Toronto Pan-African Film Festival 2025. Feel the rhythm. Live the story.
You've tried it your way, but you're still in debt? Or maybe you're doing okay, but want to invest smarter, grow faster? MillionaireX.ai gives you real step-by-step strategies to ditch debt or stack wealth. Stop dreaming and start planning. Visit MillionaireX.ai today. I want you to be the next millionaire next door.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Let's stop acting like we don't see how this game is played. If you tired of folks throwing shade with a smile and keeping you boxed in with that slick behind-the-scenes racism, it's time to upgrade your survival skills. See, Phillip Scott dropped more than just knowledge. He handed you a playbook with passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy. This ain't the in-your-face kind. This is that sneaky, office space, let me block your blessings type of racism that'll have you questioning your own reality. It's time to call it what it is and arm yourself with the facts. But baby, don't stop at just peeping the system. Break those mental chains too. That's why you need 7 steps to decolonize the mind. This is about freeing yourself up top, walking in confidence, and letting the world know your mind is not for rent, lease, or layaway. It's time to reclaim your power step by step. So don't just watch, take action. Click over to Amazon.com, type in passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy and 7 steps to decolonize the mind, and secure both books for yourself, your crew, and anybody ready for that mental liberation. La Sherika said it, now go do it. Invest in your freedom. Pick up both books today on Amazon.com. Trust me, your mind will thank you.
I don't spend my money at the club. Everything I want is provided for me.
Biggest misconception about you? Nothing. It's all true. It's all true. It's all true. If you hear something, believe it. You want to get married now? Do you feel like you're that? No.
Why not?
It is by choice. It's by choice.
Who inspires me? Me. Yes. Me. Yeah. They inspire me, those people you mentioned.
I date mostly like married men, because I don't have that type of time for you. Oh, yeah. And you are married, you don't have that type of time for me.
What do you think it is that the wives are not doing?
I love this question.
They're not really being loved properly. You know, when you stay with someone for so long and you feel like, oh, I don't really have to do much. Don't ever be comfortable around a human being. They can switch.
His wife, one day I just make 11 o'clock, I'm like, she's like, my husband can't control himself, and you as a woman, you can't. I said, Mama, you can't even speak English. Like, I can't even understand. Like,
yeah, I can even speak English because of that's why.
Yeah.
I don't even speak English sometimes. I wouldn't say it was a sugar daddy or a blaster. But I had a thing with someone that was giving me a lot of money.
Every day he was sending me money for lunch.
Every day is when you go to work?
Exactly.
Shout out to the slay queens who are getting their thing without having to sell a thing,
Yeah.
Trust me, you can get whatever you want, once you put your mind to it.
Watch Slay Queen only on the African Diaspora News Channel app.
From November 14th to 21st, we're inviting you to join us for a powerful trip to Ghana. This isn't just a vacation. This is a chance to walk through the same places where many of our people were captured, held, and shipped off into slavery. So don't wait. Secure your spot today. We're making history by walking through it. Will you be with us?
In H-Town, we want news that speaks truth, just like we do.
ADNC keeps me informed and him inspired.
We've been through too much to trust mainstream media. This feels like us.
From the D to the diaspora, ADNC is how I stay woke. We binge ADNC like it's Netflix, but smarter.
They speak on us, but never for us. ADNC does.
No fluff, no filters, just the truth, daily.
From Wall Street to 125th, we're watching our news.
Download the African Diaspora News Channel app today to stay connected to the culture.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this evening. It is August 11th. So Tyla album flopped real bad. She only sold 3,700 units, and there was a reason for that. And then your boy Trump just announced that he took over D.C. They bringing all the feds in, and we're going to talk about that. You'll find out by the end of this why Trump even did that, and we definitely going to discuss why Tyla's album flopped. It's a good lesson learned in when you need to move the right way in a country that's not of your own. So thank everybody that's coming in today. We greatly appreciate it. I know school started for some of y'all already. Shout out to all the kids back to school. I know my grandson go tomorrow, and then my little girl, she goes Wednesday. So yeah, it's back to school time, baby. Back to school. Back to paying lunch and dropping off and picking up. Got a little break out of that. Those of you in Canada, Toronto to be exact, Toronto Pan-African Film Festival, we will be there doing a panel and everything with the brunch and all of that as well. So make sure you come on out, and it'd be good to meet some of you brothers and sisters out there in Toronto. That's one of the cities in Canada that do watch our platform. So shout out to all the people there in Toronto. We'll see you Thursday. We'll be landing over there. So that'll be that. Also the Ghana trip. If you like to go to Ghana, make sure you sign up. There's a link in the pinned comment up there. $199 down. You can pay your payments on that in November. But aside from that, I appreciate also people downloading the ADNC app. It's greatly appreciated. Those of you who are joining. Like I said, if at minimum, you can help us join the monthly. That's like 31 cents a day in a month. 31 cents that you will be contributing actually a day with a monthly subscription, ladies and gentlemen. No, excuse me. Oh, something came up. So, we're trying to hit our 10,000 member goal, and I know we'll get there like we got to any other goal, but I said, but slowly but surely. So if everybody joins us, we'll be all right. I just actually got through yesterday watching Slay Queen Nigeria yesterday. And a lot of things have changed with that. It looks real good. Oh, it looks real good. Oh, it looks good. Neo was saying she think it's ready for Showmax now. So y'all see it when we put that out. I'm just getting a little trailer done for it and getting maybe one thing put on the end. But yeah, it looks real good. All right. Let's not take long with y'all. Let's get into this. I know y'all busy. Y'all got things to do, and I got things to do too. Let's talk about your girl Tyla here. We're going to start off with Tyla first. Tyla. Tyla, if you don't remember who she is, let me put her picture up on the screen. Tyla, South African artist Tyla that came over here to the good old United States of America. And she wanted to start her career here like many people have came over to the United States of America. People like Rihanna and others have come here and they started their careers and they did well for themselves. People like Nicki Minaj, she's Trinidadian, right? The other people that's have foreign backgrounds have had great careers here. But here's the issue. Tyla, back in that time period when she got in a little controversy, her song Water and all of that was pretty good and people was enjoying that. But Tyla made some bad miscalculations. And I knew at the time when she had the miscalculation, she did not have Black Americans in particular surrounding her and giving her advice how to navigate the culture here. See, what the folks thought they could do with Tyla was get a hold of her and put her out there and give her all these awards and manufacture a following for her. And when the rubber meets the road, when it's time to start buying albums, or also when it's time to start putting people in seats at a concert, that you can really tell if you really got a following or not. Are people going to take their time, get up out their house, and go buy some tickets and sit down? Like people like Chris Brown, he has a real following because people will get out of their house and go to a concert to watch Chris Brown. Beyonce, she has a following. People will do that, okay? People are real fanatics behind Beyonce, okay? A lot of these artists today can't even fill up a small arena. Just call it what it is. They can't. So Tyla, her issue was when they had called her Black. They say, oh, I ain't Black, I'm colored. And that was mistake number one. I said it at the time. Now, some people from her country were like, well, you know, she isn't Black, she's colored. And y'all can't just be saying how people identify. Y'all not the police of Blackness. Let me stop you. I'm going to say it. Many people won't say it, but I'm going to say it. In the United States of America, we are the police of Blackness. Why? Because you're trying to get into our culture. So we are the gatekeepers of Blackness in our country. Now, when we go to your country, you could say Black, colored, Indian, white, African, Boer. You can say whatever you want in your country, and that's what happens in your country, and we cannot get involved with any of that. But in this country, if we say, hey, we don't like something, you can't oh, I don't care what you say. Can't do that and expect to sell your stuff to the Black American audience. Because see, the white people was not going to ingest you like that. See, what white people do, they'll take you on, but they want to sell you to us. And if we like you and if we put, support behind you, then they going to come along even more and say, okay, yeah, you good. But if we don't get down with you, right, then they're not going to get down with you either. Then some people from our homeland, because I remember all this from making videos, well, she don't need no Black Americans support her. We going to support her here. Okay, so why didn't you buy her album? Why? I'm just saying, see, it's silly when you're not doing your homework, and then now some of them are admitting, well, maybe she shouldn't have said, or maybe we shouldn't have said this about Black Americans. The fact is, let me go to her other mistake, Breakfast Club. When he was asking, Charlamagne in particular was asking some questions about race, and she turned her head at a person and didn't want to say nothing. All artists that's coming into the Black space is going to have to get involved with some racial questions. Now, let me give a South African who did it very well, Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah, nobody has a problem with Trevor Noah. I haven't seen nobody with it. He's talked about the color classification in South Africa. He said, hey, I'm Black. I figured it out a long time ago, especially in this country, I'm Black. He talks about the issues of Black American racism. He's talked about how his upbringing was in South Africa and what goes on over there. He's talked about both. And I think he's been a perfect representation of a South African over here, where he learned the culture, he learned everything, and then he's cool. Nobody got a problem with Trevor Noah. But when Tyla came over here and they told her about the color thing, she went on Instagram and doubled and tripled down on it. So when you gonna basically be disrespectful when Black Americans tell you chill out with that, right? Anything you should just say it. Yeah, I am African. I am Black. I am, hey, I'm Black like everybody else. And yeah, in my country they're gonna call me colored, but I'm African. Look at this hair. Look at me. I'm African. I'm Black, so yeah, I'm Black like everybody else. That's all she had to say, and she would have been good. So lesson learned, if you come to America, you don't have to get down with how we get down. Oh, you don't have to. And then you're just not going to get the support. That's all. But a lot of people get upset when they come here and they say, who are they to be the police of Blackness and this and that and the third? That'd be like me going to your country and say, who are you to say you're the police of your culture? Your house, your rules, our house, our rules. That's the way that works all over the place. Okay? Identify as you want, but if you want to get into this culture, then you got to come through the way we say come through. You can call it arrogance. It's not arrogance because in y'all countries, I've seen it happen in your own country. I would never go to an African country, say something that's offensive to them, and then double and triple down on it on my platform, and then expect them to go support me after the fact. They wouldn't support me because they were like, well, no, we're not fooling with you because we told you what you said was offensive. You didn't apologize. You didn't clean it up. You didn't do anything. You tripled down on your platform about it. We're not supporting you, bruh. And that's okay. And that would be the right thing for them to do. So the same thing, this is the thing. And they had this lady, y'all shared me a video of this lady, this other Cameroonian lady, you know, made some video referring to me. I don't know. Okay. You can't come to somebody else's house and just do what you want and then don't think they're not going to say anything when it's not like that, even in your own spot. Okay. I got nothing against Tyla. I'm going to try to listen to the album on the YouTube Music tomorrow when I'm in the gym. I'm going to listen to it just to see what it's about. Right. I hear it. I listen to anybody's music just to see what it's about. But next time in the future, you know, people like Rihanna, she had no problem coming over here. She was proud to be Caribbean. No problem. We have no problem with that. But she's always respected the culture too. As long as you respect the culture here in America, you good. You can be proud, whatever. Long as you respect the culture. We are the gatekeepers of blackness here. In your country, you the gatekeeper. And that's it. Get mad if you want. I'm going to be one of the few to tell you. You can get mad. You can clip it. You can say whatever you want. But I'd rather tell you the truth than you lie to yourself. And especially at this day, at this dispensation of time, we're even more gatekeeping our culture. So just come correct to the culture and you good. I promise you are good. But if you be disrespectful, you're not getting in no more. And white people can't get you in. They can't even get in no more. I'm telling you, they can give you all the awards they want. You cannot get into the culture no more. We have tightened the reins on who coming in the culture now. And everybody see it. Everybody see it. We're not playing that game no more. Now, that's it with Tyla. Now, let me go ahead on and get to your boy Trump. Let's get to Trump. All right, your boy Trump. All right. So your boy Trump today, he went and he made an announcement, y'all. He made an announcement. Your boy Trump, let me go play what he said. Let me play it. And then let's just have some logical conversations about Trump today, y'all, and about D.C. But hold on. Give me a second.
I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening, and they've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly.
All right, so that's just Trump. He's announcing that he is literally taking over D.C. He's going to put the National Guard in Washington, D.C. I mean, is it that bad, y'all? Is it that bad? Is the crime just so much where you need the National Guard to take over? Well, let me switch my screen here. I'm gonna read you something directly coming from the federal government, not from me. Hold on, let's see here. All right. This is from the United States Attorney's Office in the District of Columbia, dated January 3rd, 2025. Now, this is before he took office. This is still when Biden was in office. So at that time period, that's still up on the U.S. Attorney. They're saying that violent crime in 2024 in D.C. was down 35% from 2023. And it's the lowest it's been in over 30 years. That's according to data collected by the Metropolitan Police Department. That's an announced by the U.S. Attorney, Matthew Graves. And then they said that now they wanted to look at the breakdown. We could. It's in addition, overall violent crime reduction, homicides down by 32%, robberies down 39%, armed carjackings are down 53%, assaults with dangerous weapon are down 27%, compared with 2023 levels, with the district reporting fewest assaults with dangerous weapons and burglaries in over 30 years. That's just really the gist of it. So crime is down. I saw y'all earlier mentioning Chicago in particular. Read that crime is down in Chicago as well. Violent crime across the United States is actually trending down. So why Trump wants to do this? Why does he want to do this? Well, what is his deal about D.C.? He's been talking about D.C. for the longest. Before I get into the D.C. thing, let me get into the main thing with President Trump. Epstein. Let's talk about Mr. Epstein here. And we hope people like Epstein is burning and roasting in the lake of fire and brimstone. But there was a Epstein files that many people who support Donald Trump wanted to come out. Donald Trump, he hawed around about it. His people got upset. Say, hey, man, well, why won't you put them files out? The man gone. Put the files out, right? Put the files out, man. He's been trying to distract about them Epstein files. He say, well, he tells unseal the grand jury testimony and do that. Well, the judge come back, just recently said, no, I'm not unsealing it. Well, my thing is, what's in those files? Why would a judge want to block that? I think you should not be sealing anything that has to do with criminal. Now, if you want to seal something civil, like maybe if somebody want their divorce proceedings, sealed, or, maybe child support or something like that, something civil, maybe certain lawsuits civil you want people to know about. But when it comes to criminal actions, people being convicted of criminal behavior, I don't think that should ever be sealed. Why should that be sealed? I'm talking about people not knowing. I'm not talking about expungements. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a guy like Epstein. I firmly believe that all this hiding and not putting it out, that it's a lot of United States politicians are heavily implicated with Epstein. And it goes all the way, in my opinion, to judges, prosecutors, politicians, Democrat and Republican. It's all over the place. So it would be a big thing if it come out. So Trump has been trying his best to distract from those questions about why haven't y'all put out the Epstein files. What's his name? Dan Bongino, when he had his podcast, every day he was talking about the Epstein. Then he gets up there as the assistant director. Oh, man, I seen it. And yeah, it's what they say. Everybody's towing the line now. Cash Patel, he was another one. Before he became the director, he was talking about Epstein, all on interviews and podcasts. Yeah, I get up there, I'm going to expose all that stuff. He gets in the director position. Everybody's on the same thing. What y'all talking about? Pam Bondi said she had it on her desk, going through it. Nothing was put out after that either. So let's call it what it is. We all know the shadow government. We know the shadow government. The shadow government, like, nope, because way too many of us are implicated with that too. You can't put that out. Because you do know there is a shadow government that runs your politicians. And they're made up of corporations, banks, a lot of people you don't know that you probably can walk right by and don't know who they are because they behind the scenes people. They got hella rich people. They hella rich. Trust me, you wouldn't even know them because they dress normal. They probably ride a Honda Accord and they probably worth $100 trillion. That's the thing about them folks. See, when they get money, they don't go buy a Rolls Royce. They go buy a Honda Accord, or they go buy a Ford Fusion. Listen, I knew a dude who had millions of dollars, white guy, and he was driving a Ford Fusion hybrid. And I knew the dude had millions of dollars because I knew the deal that was done to get him his $1 million. Because the plant I used to work at, his family owned the plant before it was sold. Okay, his family owned the plant. They sold it to Targa Resources, and he got, I think they say 10-20 million out the deal, and then he stayed on as the plant manager. So this dude got the millions out the deal, and he still was riding his stuff. He didn't come up there riding the Rolls Royce and doing no. Now he had a $70,000 truck, but he did that because he liked going deer hunting and all that mess. But outside of that, dude had money. You would have never known. That's how they get down. Us, oh Lord, we get $100,000. Boy, we going to get a $2,000 car note on the car we gonna get. Boy, we really got to chill out with that so we can keep more of our money. But anyway, so they didn't want that Epstein stuff come out. So every time you look up, Trump been trying to crash out. Trump has been trying to do this and do that just to get people off the scent. Okay, that's what he's been doing. I've been paying attention to that. I may not be talking about a whole lot of it, but that's what he's been doing. Okay, all the redistricting stuff in Texas, trying to get that drama going. When Trump's trying to get you off his scent, he gets a lot of drama going. I don't know if y'all peeped that about him, right? He knows the news cycle, and he knows a lot of times if he can get certain drama going, then y'all won't remember. Understand? So now, go with Brother Jay in here. Now he wants to talk about a National Guard in Chicago. What for? Violent crimes are spiking down. Now, I'm going to tell you something else why that he wants to start doing that in these major cities. If crime is down across the board in this country, crime is down, it keeps trending down, then you know that's bothering somebody. You know that, right? They need to lock people up, preferably Black American people, but they need to lock Black people up. Why? Why do they need to lock up Black people? Why do they need to do that? Do y'all know why? Do y'all know why they have to keep locking people up while crime being down? You would think Trump get up there and take credit and say, hey, my policies, even though he just got in here, my policy is the reason why violent crime is down across the nation. Like, look how great I'm doing. You would think he would get up there and say that. Take credit for all the violent crime being down like he normally would do. But he's not doing it. He said he need people to pick them crops. But yeah, maybe that too. But the prison industrial complex in America is a major business. It's a major business. Listen, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, in Message to the Black Man, he said the white man is the most commercializing race of people. He said he will hurt his own people to make $1. So with that being said, what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they commercialize everything, even putting people in prison as a business. If the prison, they have contracts with the states, a lot of these private prison companies, that they have to guarantee at least 90% occupancy. How do you guarantee 90% occupancy of a prisoner? How do you guarantee that? Well, the best way they guarantee that is through education. They know by the 3rd grade how many more prisons they need to build with those standardized tests. Because they know by education standards and failure in education, it's still going to be the school to prison pipeline. And unfortunately, a lot of our Black boys are funneled through that system. Our Black boys that's paid attention to have Black teachers who care, or maybe they go into a great charter school, or maybe they go into a great private school, where our Black boys in particular, and Black girls for sure, but there's way more programs for Black girls than there is for Black boys, okay? Hence to why so many people tried to support Umar. People wanted to support him because we understand our Black boys really need things. because that's how they get them. Lack of education, get them in so much trouble at the juvenile level. And it leads all the way up until they get, teenagers, grown. Now they grew up to YN status, and now they got a 30-year bid. They need that cycle, and that cycle has been dropping. So now you can't guarantee 90% occupancy with private prisons. The people who make money feeding the prisoners are going to lose money because you don't have enough people in the prison. The people who provide all the corporations who get free prison labor, right? They're losing workers in the prison because the only time a black man can stay gainfully employed unless he's in prison or unless he creates his own job. A black man can go work for Microsoft, Walmart, Target, all kind of other corporations in prison. But let that same black man come out of prison and say, I want to go work for Microsoft. He can't get on because he got a record. They set up their system for failure. They set it up where you will go back because you have a so-called record. You can't even get a regular job. So unless you're a dude that's great at creating business, like you took your street knowledge and knew how to learn the game while you was in prison, and then you come out, maybe you slick with the tongue and you can get on these microphones. Maybe you good at sales. Maybe you become a car salesman or you create some sort of business for yourself. But if you're not that kind of dude, you may end up back in some crime and then right back in their prison. You understand what I'm saying? So they want black men in particular, black American men in particular, in their jails. So that's not good when the prison population go down. You send the feds in there, all you're going to do is cause problems, clearly. Because even with the deportation situation, there's a lot of people being grabbed up who are American citizens they still have immigrant ties, but they're still American citizens. So clearly, y'all not, because y'all coming in there doesn't mean y'all doing the right thing either. I've seen the stories. Now, Marcus say the Most High is bringing down their system one by one. Yes, but that's why they're doing it. This is why, because they're hoping they can gaffle some. Now, let me talk to my young brothers right now. Look, he sent them National Guard to D.C., and I've been to D.C. a couple of times, or Chicago. You young brothers, you need to go find you something to do. When y'all just hanging out, they gonna mess with you. All that hanging out, some of y'all like to do, and all you want to talk about your rights and all that, and it's my rights. When have these people respected our rights? When? We have to be productive, brothers. We can't be hanging out on the corners with flip-flops on and a hoodie when it's 100 degrees. You look like, listen, to them, you target number one. Why do you need a hoodie on in 100-degree weather, 90-degree weather with a hood on your head? You're not hot. They're going to target you. And the difference with the feds, if you lied to them, that's 5 years. You can lie to Chicago police all day long. But if you lie to the feds, that's 5 years, especially the FBI. So they say they'll know an answer, get you to say something, and they knew you lied, and then they probably couldn't get you on nothing else but that. Oh, you lied to the FBI. Now you got 5 years. That is a great way to lock a lot of people up, actually. So see, y'all got to deal with that, which y'all not paying attention to. You quick to talk about some rights, but you really don't know law either. Tell your sons, your nephews, whatever. Hey man, them feds done showed up. Hey man, you need to go. You can go chill out somewhere, bro. Go chill out somewhere. Go chill out, because they gonna be targeting you. They gonna be trying to stop and frisk, being jump out boys on you when they just seen you hanging out. Because let's call it what it is. Most brothers, they got a job. They busy during the day. They're not hanging out on the corner. They're not doing any of that. They're working. Or they working a 9 to 5. They got a business. They doing something, but they're gainfully employed. They're not hanging out on the block. Now, you can mention other races of people. I don't care what other races of people are doing. I keep telling y'all that. Stop. Because every time I mention stuff like this to try to put some bug in your ear, because that's what I'm supposed to do, You tell me about other races. I don't care what white people do. I don't care what Hispanics do, Asians, or anybody else. They're not part of my family. Only time I talk about them in relation to what they may do us or some affiliation with us. If they leave us alone, even if the folks leave us alone, I would never speak on them. Because they have nothing, no, that's not what this platform is for. But them bringing the feds and the National Guard to these cities is not a good thing. Now, let's circle back to D.C. Another reason why he wants to do this, outside of hiding by the Epstein situation and all of that, another reason he wants to do this is because the Republicans in particular do not want D.C. to ever become a state. They have been fighting, I'm going to say the white politicians in particular, have been fighting so long for D.C. to not become a state. Now, let me ask y'all, because I know y'all smart. Why do they not want D.C. to become a state? Why is that? Do y'all know? Y'all know why they don't want D.C. to become a state? Y'all have any clue? We do need to have the conversation with our young men, but here's the issue. Some of our young men may listen, some of them may not. Now, some of them got to find out the hard way, too. And that's okay, too. If they want to do a bid, that's on them. But some of them may listen to us. So I'm doing my part by saying something now. That way it may hear it. You can share it with them young men and say, hey, man, look, check out what Brother Phil talking about right now. Hey, you need to get off them corner with your friends, bro. These feds coming out here and let them gaff up everybody else. I don't want you in the midst of that, because they're going to grab you up and charge you with something, and then you talking about your rights. They ain't going to want to hear it. Now, why is it they don't want to come? You say the black upper class in D.C. Now, let me tell you why they don't want D.C. to become a state. And that's why the Republicans been wanting to do this, what Trump is talking about doing right now. If D.C. would become a state today, Muriel Bowser would be Governor Bowser at that point. She'll be a governor. On top of that, due to population, they would get one congressional seat and they would get 2 senators coming out of D.C. 9 times out of 10, those 2 senators would be black. And the person that's probably going to get the congressional seat will be black. So you have a black governor, probably 2 black senators, and probably 1 black person in the House of Representatives. That's one of the main reasons why they do not want Washington, D.C. to become a state. It's 700 some odd thousand people in D.C. Why couldn't it become a state? But they don't want that, because they don't want black, that much black people to have, number one, literally almost a state. Because you got to think about it. When slavery happened, the majority of us landed in the DMV area. That's where we was originally brought, a lot of us. Why do you think they got such a huge population of black people in the DMV area? Or black people in Philly and all those areas like that, New York, all of that. Because a lot of us, we landed there when we was brought over with the transatlantic slave trade. Now, if you say you wasn't part of the ride, okay, you wasn't. Fine. I'm not talking about you. But those of us who were part of the ride, like my ancestors were part of the ride, that survived the transatlantic slave trade, because that's really the only reason you're going to get reparations, because of slavery. A lot of people stayed there. When I traced my lineage, my ancestors landed in Virginia as slaves, and they were sold to sugarcane plantations in Louisiana. That's what happened to my family. So that's how my family got in Louisiana, in the South. But a lot of y'all stayed up there. And some of y'all still there to this day, because really, if you think about it, most people kind of stayed in there wherever they kind of, the plantations there, where they had. Most of the people made their life there after slavery too. Like my family, Louisiana, on both sides, right? Plantations, sugarcane plantations. They stayed in Louisiana until they moved to Texas, because Texas had a lot of jobs. Okay? So they don't want D.C. to become a state. They don't want us to have anything like that as black people. even though it probably be Democrat, don't matter. They still don't want us to have anything like that. But here's the thing. You know, like the scriptures say, you're kicking against a bush of thorns. That's really what they are doing. They really think you cannot stop fate. And I keep preaching that sermon. I'm going to keep preaching that sermon. You can't stop fate. You cannot stop the decline. I know you're trying your best to hold it's kind of like you got holes in your ship and you're taking on water. They're trying their best to patch all the holes, but the ship is sinking. You're in decline. You can do it. Listen, the more anti-black you want to be, talking about urban and inner city and all that, we know it's code word for black. The more you do that, the faster you help your people with the decline. And I keep warning people, when the one big beautiful bill come really online next year and all those cuts that's about to happen, you really about to see something. You really about to see something. And let me speaking about one big beautiful bill, let me talk about food stamps for a minute. Let me go there about food stamps for a minute. Some of our people up here, I ain't not gonna be able to buy no candy and no cake. I'm not gonna be able to buy this and that and the third. You can buy it with your own money. You can. But I'm not gonna be able to buy no soda. That soda no good for us anyway. Okay, or pop. Some of y'all say pop. But we call it down here soda water, soda, whatever. That's no good for you anyway. You may have to go back old school, okay? What I mean by old school, get you a bag of sugar, get you some Kool-Aid, get you some lemons or lemon juice or something like that. Pour you some water, pour some of that lemon juice in there and a little sugar and make some lemonade at home. Because they won't block the real lemon juice, and they're not blocking you from buying a bag of sugar. You may have to go back to making sweets at home. You may have to go back to the Duncan Hines days where you made a cake at the house and you did stuff at the crib. You may have to go back to them days. And that's okay. We lived through them days, and it was good. Yeah, Poppy and Oli Pop, yeah, I got you. You just may need to go back to them days, okay? But let's call it what it is with some of that, cutting these social services. If you know our history as Black Americans, and many of you tout how great our ancestors were and how great they are, how they built this, built that, innovated this, innovated that, built towns, built this, built all this building that you talk about. None of them had Section 8. Hello. None of them had food stamps. We really didn't have no rights. They didn't have food stamps. And yet they built towns with no food stamps. They built it with unity, working together in hard work, with a plan together as Black people, and they got it done. The only reason it's not here is because they destroyed it, not because we destroyed it. We didn't do no drive-bys. We wasn't talking about no ops. We didn't do anything to our things. They did it. This is why now they're in their decline, because they have to pay for everything they stole. They have to pay for every innocent blood they shed, whether born or unborn. They're paying for that now. And Trump and them is seeing the decline, and they're trying to stop it, but they're not going to stop it because the hole is in the ship. The Titanic is sinking. They already hit the iceberg. It's sinking. We didn't have no WIC. We didn't have nothing. We had none of that. And yet how we did so much better building in this country, with the Klan running around, everybody, things that were happening to us, we had none of that crap. And the moment we got that crap, it's like it stifled us as a collective of people. It did. So when you hear me say, man, take it all away, because I know who we are And we thrive more when we're forced in a situation. We're like, bruh, I got to do something different. I'm going to warn y'all about something else. All that, I want to be single, I'm happy being single. I'm talking about for men and women. That's about to go out the window too. Being single in this country is going to be for the well off. The times are coming where you're going to have to get with a woman and get with a man. And you're going to have to love him and she going to have to love you. And y'all going to have to work together. You're going to have to. Because you're not going to be able to survive without each other. That's coming. And our people was the most married in this country. How is it that our people was the most married out of all of them? Black women, their average age of marriage is 19. Because what I see is not working in our community. The men don't want to be married. I don't want to be married. The women, I don't want no marriage. I don't want no kids. And look how horrible we doing. Look how horrible. As a collective, look what we doing. But yet the immigrants are coming here. They married. They having 3, 4, 5 kids. And their population is going up. But we talking about we want to be a perpetual bachelor or a perpetual single woman. You know, no kids, this. That does not build a community. But that's okay. Because the times are coming when you gonna say, you know what? Yeah, all that I don't need a man stuff. Yeah, that gotta go. And some of these men like, yeah, I'm kind of done with that, bro. I need a good woman in my life. I gotta build something now. I can't do this. Oh, that's coming. And that's gonna be directly from the Lord. The family will be put back together one way or another. I promise you that. I promise you. And the sister right, they are having way more babies. And matter of fact, I was kind of shocked to read this. Black American women babies are actually in decline too. Not because you're not out here doing things to get babies, but a lot of times you're just not having families. We're not having families. And when our people did all this stuff I was talking about, we had family units that worked together. Black Wall Street wasn't built off a bunch of single men and single women. Wasn't happening. Let me tell you something. God said, you know what? It's not good for man to be alone. So let me make him woman. If God thought that men could do everything by themselves, we didn't need nobody, woman wouldn't even be there wouldn't be no women in the chat right now. Wouldn't be not a one. But if God in his great wisdom say it's not good for man to be alone, I'm going to create him woman. And then if a woman say you don't need a man, you was created for the man. I'm going to go there. You may not like it with fourth wave feminism or third wave feminism, whatever you want to call it. You was created for the man. And when you apart from a man, you literally have to become a man to stay apart from a man. Literally. You have to work like a man. You have to become aggressive like a man because most men can control industries. So you literally have to be aggressive like a man to even survive in every industry. You literally have to become a man. And this is why some men, when you get a certain amount of money, you don't become marriageable because you literally had to turn yourself into a man without, of course, you're not a man, but you literally have to take on the traits of a man. And that's why a lot of men say, I really don't like to even deal with them kind of women because you had to become a man to be there. You understand? It's okay for them to make money, but it's becoming the man part, to take on the masculine traits. But we did you look at even the civil rights movement. Look at all the men and the women who did great things. The majority of them, if not all, minus a few, were married with families. The black family, and at the time the church, was the nucleus of how we stuck together. This is why these people sought to drive a wedge in between us to break the black family. That's why they did it. All that welfare and food stamps, Section 8, they did that to cause and take the jobs away and ship them off to Asian countries so black men wouldn't have no jobs. It's to cause a wedge in our family structure. See, them other immigrant groups come over here with families intact because these people have never targeted their family. That's why I don't like to even hear them discuss. I don't think you could open your mouth to talk about the black family when your family has never been targeted. That's like a person that never experienced hunger trying to tell somebody how to feel when they dealt with hunger and still dealing with it from time to time. But yeah, you sitting there for eating your buffet trying to tell somebody about hunger. You never experienced it. So just be quiet. Stay out of it. Just be glad you didn't have to experience it. Now, some of them getting separated in their families now because of ICE, maybe. But we was targeted with precision to break up our families. They elevate degeneracy in our community. Say, this is black people. This is black culture. This is this. This is that. Nobody's been targeted like that. Then you have somebody positive they want to dump on them. Prime example, the young brother Shadur Sanders. You never heard nothing bad about that brother. Not at all. All Deion's kids, you ever heard nothing bad about those kids? They always say, well, go to school and don't commit crime. And yet that's what they did. They went to school. They didn't commit crime. They speak well, right? And yet they hate him. They hate all his kids. And then you look at what Shadur did the other day on the football field. I mean, right before that, the owner was saying, well, I ain't really want him drafted. It was up to me. He would never got drafted. I don't know what kind of businessman are you. I want the best player on my team. But y'all got to understand what y'all don't understand. Anti-black racism and that's their culture is way more important than making a dollar, especially a black man who is confident, who's already successful. He don't really need you, because that's the thing. They like a black man that need him. Like if Shadur came from a single parent household, his daddy was in jail, and he was just, oh, I'm so thankful, sir, for this position on the Browns, and oh, thank God, you changed my life, sir. If Shadur was talking like that, oh, they'll love him. Oh, they'll love him. But he's showing up. He already got money, had money from college. He already got his millions. He there because he want to be. He don't have to be. Them folks can't stand that. They cannot stand a black man, especially a black man, telling them, bro, I'm here because I want to be. I'm not here because I got to be. So it's all fun for me. And what they don't like is they can't break that young man's spirit. You would think they would elevate that kind of black man, but no. So that's why I learned a long time ago. It don't matter what they tell you about, well, black people, if you not commit crimes, you go to school, you talk right, you don't put your hair on, all this craziness, you be clean cut, you did all that mess they talk about. Literally, Deion's kids is that. And they still talk crap about them. They still colluded against those kids. Shadur should have won the first round. Now, you seen what happened on that game the other day. And I know them teams are like, what in the hell did we do? Could you imagine the worst team in the league right now saw that and they're like, hold on, we could have got him? And y'all playing games with I would be pissed if I was the coach. I would be so pissed. I'm like, man, we could have had him. We was the first pick. But y'all want to shut this young man down. You understand? That's how these people, that's a get down with these people. They always trying to sabotage a black man. They sabotage black women too. Don't get me wrong, but they are sabotaging black women. But we as black men are more the threat. Well, what Laverne says down there, no. People don't know. When a black man's confident, they say it's arrogance. People say I'm arrogant. Oh, Phil, he's just arrogant. He thinks they're like, I am furthest from that. I feel confident in what I'm saying. I know people going to say, like when I said earlier, yeah, we do police blackness. Oh my God, there he go again with his arrogance. No, I'm just telling you the truth. And I learned a long time ago, I don't care if you don't like what I say. You ain't say I lied. That's the part I pay attention the most on. And if I lied, I want to know where I lied at so I can correct the lie, because I don't like lying. I don't want to lie on nothing, nobody, or no issue. I don't want to lie. I will gladly correct it. I'll take it down. I'll edit it out. I'll do whatever I got to do if something's wrong. But if you're not liking the truth, well, that's fine. Well, you're supposed to be bringing unity. Man, Jesus said when he was here, I didn't come to bring peace. I come to bring a sword. So if Jesus has come to bring a sword, I can bring a sword too. Go talk to your mammy about some peace. I ain't your mammy. You say, you know, it's bad. Yeah. When Trump called the NFL out about it. Yeah, because it was that obvious. Like, I thought Dallas was going to pick him up. I'll be honest with you. I thought Jerry Jones was going to pick him up because, okay, he had Deion on the team. So Deion played with Jerry Jones. I was shocked when Jerry Jones didn't get him. I said, are you serious? Jerry didn't get him? I was so shocked. I thought he was going to go to Dallas. If nobody got him, I thought Jerry would have got him, and he didn't even get him. And that's so stupid. But you know what? I hope Shador ball out on him this year. And that's the thing. Him and Tom Brady are like this. Like, literally, Tom Brady works with that kid. Literally, that's his personal coach, Tom freaking Brady. Why would you want somebody that Tom Brady is sitting up here coaching? That he calls Tom Brady before games. Why wouldn't you? And you see what Tom Brady did? Like, that's so, like, but these people don't care. They don't care. Their racism is way more important than that. Forget that. I'm like, no, he got to be here, because I'm looking at franchise quarterback. I'm looking at merchandise. I'm looking at Madden game covers. I'm looking at all kind of things with him. I'm like, man, it go way past football, right? But the racism, it blinds them. It blinds them. This country could be trillions of dollars in wealth, like in the surplus, if they all prove this. If they would get rid of every racist policy in business, housing, education, like every area, they get rid of racism, this country would become extremely wealthy overnight, literally. But their racism is why this country is tanking. That's been always the Achilles heel, is racism. You know what Shador? You said that Tom Brady didn't even pick him either. He is part of the owners of the Raiders. No, Tom Brady ain't got no pull like that. And also, he's not the owner. You have to understand. They have the owner. You can have some ownership, but doesn't mean you got 100%. How do you know he didn't advocate for him to go to the Raiders? You don't know that. Why would? That's silly. He is not the sole owner of the Raiders. I don't know his position with the Raiders, so let me not go there. But he's not the owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, so he don't make that kind of decision. Why would he do that? That'd be stupid. But I hope the young brother prove him wrong. I hope the young brother ball out this year. I support him. I hope he ball out and have every last one of them looking stupid. Because really, the best revenge is just winning. That's the best revenge. When people are against you, just win. You ain't got to say nothing. You ain't got to go off. Just win. Just win and walk off. Have them looking stupid. Like, man, why did I pass up on him? What in the hell did we do? Why we messed up? Racism. So I pray that young brother ball out this year. Stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? I hope that young brother, they don't like, he calls himself legendary. They hate that too. Oh boy, they just hate that. But if he was white, they'll be eating it up. They'll be eating it up. But that's racism for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the stream. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. It's very important as well. And, make sure to head over to AfroWire AI. Check out what LaSheriff is going to talk about tonight. Subscribe while you're over there. And make sure you subscribe here. Click the like button, like all that. And if they leave a survey, hey, do you like the live stream? Say, yeah, I like it. And it's educational. It's funny. It's everything. Give us a great rating, because those ratings y'all give us helps recommend more content. That's the new YouTube now, that the little survey y'all doing. So give us a good rating, no different than Yelp and all of that.